I've been thinking that since we have people who do not know why they're voting for Kamala Harris, they just know they need to go vote for Kamala Harris. They're basically adult children. They cannot articulate, logically think, or do critical analysis on anything that they do. They just need to be told that do this and they'll do this. They don't really have any critical thinking skills. As we, as we've seen multiple times, asked, why are you voting for Kamala Harris? Why do you think we should vote for Kamala Harris? First black woman, whatever. They don't really can't give you a good logical explanation. They don't know why they're doing it. They just know they need to do it because Orange Man bad. So I'm just wondering how many of them are actual people, like genetically real people. Oh, we're about to get into conspiracy theory area. I'm just wondering how many of them are just automatons, not real people. They're just like literal NPCs in real life. Are they real, or are they just placeholders for votes for Democrats so they win elections? Because they don't seem like real people. Like, you ask him a question, they should at the very least be able to give you a normal, coherent answer, even if it's wrong. I'm not asking Democrats to be right all the time, as I'm not asking conservatives or Republicans or even Kennedy Democrats or anybody to be right all the time. I'm just asking, can you logically think for a moment? Even if you're a socialist, you can put some logic behind your socialist agenda. You can articulate a good, coherent reason for why this or that socialistic program should be enacted. In some places, it actually did work, such as, where is it? Damn it, I can't remember the country. Not Finland. They had one. Sweden, that's the one. In Sweden, they actually had certain socialistic programs, such as the nationalization of the oil, and it actually works. They put it into a fund, which the government takes out some money and then distributes the wealth to everybody else. Anyway, there's a long story behind that. Doesn't matter. The point is that it actually works. Sometimes, I know conservatives, it's crazy, right? But sometimes socialism, if done correctly, sometimes can work. I'm not endorsing it by any stretch of the imagination. Doesn't matter. The point is that sometimes you could articulate even a bad idea in a good way. You could put some logic behind it. You could back it up with some data. You could do something with even with a bad idea. But nonetheless, Democrats nowadays, they can't even. I mean, specifically the Kamala voters. I'm not talking about Kennedy voters. They actually know what's going on. That's why they know why they're voting for Kennedy. The Jill Stein voters, at least I assume, they can tell you why they're voting for Jill Stein and Cornel West, the same story. But Kamala voters, generally speaking, they can't. So are they like real human beings? Are they actual, like, how do we know that there's not a electronic chip in their brain telling them you need to vote for Kamala Harris? Like, do they have an actual job? Are they real people? Besides working in coffee shops, are they actual real people? Do they actually exist? Or do they go to their, I don't know, charging station and recharge every 24 hours or so? I don't know. Like, do they actually exist? I don't know. For those who haven't figured it out yet, I'm just being comical. Obviously, they're real people. Maybe not. I'm joking. But this is a serious question. Like, how do you get a population to be so incredibly dumb? You can vote for Kamala Harris. At least know why you're doing it. Imagine stabbing yourself in the face and somebody asks you why you're doing that, and I don't know, Orange Man bad, first black woman, I don't know. Like, what? What? Racism. Misogyny, is that the word? Adolf Hitler. The effing what? Like, can you articulate an argument for why you're stabbing yourself in the face? TV people on the screen told me. The screen people told me. TikTok told me. Like, are you your own person? Are you even a human being? What makes you human? Well, I have 5 fingers. I have 10 fingers on both hands and another 10 fingers on both feet. Yeah, okay, so yeah, monkeys do too. Like, what makes you human? I have a tongue. Yeah, basically every animal. Like, what makes you? You have critical thinking skills. You can critically assess and do an analysis on what you're doing, if it is good or if it is bad. You can think twice before you do something. Like, this is crucial for you being a human being, and yet they don't behave like humans. They behave like robots, like automatons. Like the very bad AI, when AI first started out, that's how they act. Pre-programmed. Like they don't have a real life. Their life is controlled by I don't know what, who, or when. But it's not. But these aren't actual beings. They exist for alternative purposes other than their own life. Like, what is their self-value? They can't tell you. It doesn't mean you could do any. And of course, this. Oh, that's dehumanizing. They're dehumanizing themselves, and this is not a. I need to say this because I know there are so many retards. It's not a call to violence or saying that and therefore you could do any violence because they're not real people. No, no, no. Absolutely, you can't do that. But I'm just genuinely curious to know, what would it take to create such a what's the word I'm looking for here? Automatic population? I don't know. A population that can't think for themselves. What does it take? Like genuinely, can they be this stupid? Can they be this retarded? I'm confused. I'm actually confused. I'm not confused by the Jill Stein voters. I'm not confused by the Cornel West voters. I'm not confused by the Kennedy voters. I'm not confused by Trump voters. I'm not confused by Obama voters. I'm not confused by these people because they can tell you why they're voting a certain way. Even if it's a bad way of voting, even if they're wrong, they can at least tell you. They know what they're doing. The communists can tell you what they are doing. Even though they're probably lying to you, and they're also wrong, but nonetheless they can tell you, they can articulate the sentence. These other the Kamala voters, they can't. They genuinely can't, generally speaking. How many videos do I have to see of people asking Kamala voters, give me one accomplishment of Kamala Harris? No idea, no clue. One reason, nothing. And the ones that do give you a reason can't give you a reason without mentioning Trump. They have to also include Trump in the equation. Like, can you give me an argument for why you should vote for Kamala Harris without using the word Trump? Do not use it. Do not mention the guy. Do not talk about him. Can you do that? They can't. Like, what is that? I'm so confused. I can give you thousands of reasons why to vote for Trump. I can give you reasons why to vote for Jill Stein. I can give you reasons why to vote for Cornel West. I can give you reasons. I don't agree with them, but I can at least give you reasons. As a conservative, I can tell you why you should vote for Jill Stein. I can give you as a conservative. They can't, even as a liberal, they can't give you a reason why to vote for Kamala Harris. This is so confusing. If anybody of you can, please help me out here, how you create such a retarded population. Can you please help me out in understanding what this is about? Because it's so frustrating. I'm trying to figure this out. Doesn't make any sense. The only conclusion is that they are children. And another video on that coming up on explaining what I think is actually wrong with liberals. They're not retarded, although I use that word a lot. They're not retarded. They're just children. We'll talk about it in a different video. All right. If you could give me a good answer on this, other than they are children, I would appreciate it. Peace out. Enjoy.